Welcome to today's meditation. We're at day 12 today. And today I'm going to guide us through a small meditation, but also I'm going to be reading from this book, Zen and the Art of Saving the Planet by Thich Nhat Hanh. And maybe you've seen that I've also shared something about it on my profile over the past week. There's an online course going on, which is a beautiful course, which I think supports also the work that Save the Children does. So in that line, I think it's important also in this 15-day journey. So what I'll be reading about later is the art of nonviolence, as this is obviously key in saving the children and taking care of our world. So let's start by finding our comfortable seat and closing down our eyes. Finding a moment of stillness. And let's start by bringing our attention to our breathing. Knowing that you don't have to change the breathing. We can just observe and notice I am breathing in and I am breathing out. By staying with your breathing, you're slowly arriving in the moment, leaving behind the day thus far. And maybe you'd like to set an intention for your evening. Is there anything you wish to do for yourself tonight? And whatever pops up first, you can stay with that. And then guiding our attention back from our intention to our breathing. Feeling if the breath is deep or shallow. Is the breath focused in the belly or in the upper chest? Noticing if the breathing is fast or slow. Taking some time to observe. And tonight for our meditation, I'd like you to practice the Plum Village practice of deep listening. And when we practice deep listening, we take the time to really listen, to really hear the words that are being said without allowing our mind to go on and already think about a response or our reflections on something. Rather, we just sit and listen. And whenever you feel that you're getting distracted with your thoughts, you can bring your attention back to your breathing. Noticing the inhale and the exhale as we've just done. So staying with your breathing, I'll slowly start to read. One deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose or mouth. Nice. The art of nonviolence. The word for nonviolence in Sanskrit is ahimsa. It means not harming, not causing harm to life, to ourselves, and to others. The word nonviolence may give you the impression that you're not very active, that you're passive, but it's not true. To live peacefully with nonviolence is an art, and we have to learn how to do it. Nonviolence is not a strategy, a skill, or a tactic to arrive at some kind of goal. It's the kind of action or response that springs from understanding and compassion. As long as you have understanding and compassion in your heart, everything you do will be nonviolent. But as soon as you become dogmatic about being nonviolent, you're no longer nonviolent. The spirit of nonviolence should be intelligent. A police officer can carry a gun with nonviolence because if they use their calm and compassion to solve difficult situations, they don't need to use a gun. They may look as though they're ready to use violence, but their heart and mind can be nonviolent. It is possible to arrest, handcuff, and imprison a criminal with compassion. Sometimes non-action is violence. If you allow others to kill and destroy, although you're not doing anything, you are also implicit in that violence. So violence can be action or non-action. Non-violent action is also long-term action. In the realm of education, agriculture, and art, you can introduce non-violent thinking, non-violent acting. Helping people remove discrimination is a fundamental action of non-violence, because violence comes from discrimination, from hatred, fear, and anger. Discrimination itself is a kind of violence. When you discriminate, you don't give the other person a chance. You don't include them. And so, inclusiveness and tolerance are very important in the practice of nonviolence. You respect the life and dignity of each person. Helping people transform discrimination, hatred, fear, and anger before they become action is nonviolent action, and it's something you can begin doing right now. Don't wait to be confronted by a difficult situation to decide whether to act violently or non-violently. Non-violence can never be absolute. We can only say that we should be as non-violent as we can. When we think of the military, we think that what the military does is only violent. But there are many ways of conducting an army, protecting a town, and stopping an invasion. There are more violent ways and less violent ways. You can always choose. Perhaps it's not possible to be 100% non-violent, but 80% non-violent is better than 10% non-violent. Don't ask for the absolute. You cannot be perfect. You do your best. That is what's needed. What is important is that you're determined to go in the direction of understanding and compassion. Nonviolence is like a North Star. We only have to do our best, and that is good enough. Violence and war do not always involve weapons. Every time you have a thought that is full of anger and misunderstanding, there is also war. We may be living at war, fighting ourselves and those around us without even knowing it. There may be a few moments of ceasefire, but most are moments of war. Don't transform yourself into a battlefield. Suppressing or resisting your feelings can also be a kind of psychological violence. In Buddhist meditation, we train to be there for our suffering, anger, hatred, or despair. Allow the energy of mindfulness to gently embrace and penetrate whatever the feeling is. You allow it to be. You embrace it and you help it transform. Allowing those words to land in your body and your brain. Staying with our breathing. Noticing if our body can be relaxed. If we allow ourselves to be with whatever feelings are alive in us. Not fighting against the negative emotions, the negative feelings. Rather embracing them. Are you able to embrace whatever is alive in you in this moment? Whenever you're ready, let's embrace ourselves. Give yourself a little hug, maybe find some movement. You can make it as big or small as you want. And finding stillness. Thanking yourself for being your own true home. Knowing that in moments of difficulty, you can still be there for yourself, even though it might feel very difficult. You can always give yourself a hug and allow yourself to feel loved by you. Let's all take a moment to thank ourselves. And internally or out loud, just tell yourself, I love you. And gently letting go of the embrace. Bring your palms together, make them warm. Bring the palms over the eyes, over the face. and onto the heart space. Feeling the warmth of your hands on your heart, and gently opening your eyes. Thanks for being here today. Thanks for supporting Safe to Children. And yeah, have a lovely evening.